Make goodness it. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, everybody? I am doing another live here. Doing a live here. Like as always, me waiting to see who gets on. All right. Welcome to the live, everybody. Thank y'all, everybody's hopping on here. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit. Also, y'all, if y'all are watching, please let me know who's watching. All right. Make goodness it. All right. We're just waiting, y'all, for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get started as always. Okay. So, like to put this music on, and we're gonna get to it. Make goodness it. Thank everybody's just now joining. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it now. I have my Florida license. I'm trying to figure out the next step, plus a way to be the most effective in this business. I feel like this is my last shot to be out of the rat race. So, what is your question? All right. You're trying to figure out the next step. So you have your Florida license. Your next step, you need to be getting on some rosters. You need to be getting more than one license, right? So you got to have 5 licenses at least, right? Yeah, that's where I would start at. You need to have some licenses. You need to get some certifications. Okay. Those are your next steps. Okay. Which states? All right. So Catone 211. I don't know how much you have watched of what I put out, right? But let's say get the Gulf states. So that is Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. You already have Florida, Texas, the Carolinas as well. Those are some of the states you should be getting. Again, appreciate everybody for hopping on. Um, we are talking about independent insurance adjusting as always, and we got a few new people in here. Um, Usually, this is a Wednesdays are not a public day, right? So usually, yeah, I know there's not a real roadmap. I know it's not a real roadmap to getting hired. That's why I made the roadmap to becoming an independent insurance adjuster to make everything super clear for everybody, right? So that course is a course I've made. I've taught over 3,000 people with that course alone. So I've taught over 4,000 people in general, but with that course, we're right at 3,000 students, right? So that course has been a wealth of information for a lot of people, right? And so um, I want to make sure that we get as many people on the right path as possible. So if you want to get that course, I would suggest getting that because it's going to go much deeper into detail. Okay, much deeper into detail for you into how you can become an adjuster. Okay, I don't teach all that all on lives, right? Just because we got so much to talk about, but if you haven't got a course yet, I highly recommend getting it. Okay. What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for all joining. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, um, let me know. Jennifer, what's going on? How you doing? What is going on, everybody? Hope y'all doing great. All right, guys, we are doing this live tonight, so y'all got to ask questions, okay? As much as I'm talking, y'all got to talk too. Usually, I'm always talking a whole lot. A couple of things. I just woke up. I was taking a nap, so I'm like tired. I'm kind of like getting my mind back in order. I'm gonna put up another live here as well. Um, um, Let me get up another live here so we can get two lives going at the same time, and then we can all kind of have a little bit more uh, questions and answers to get this thing going. Okay, guys, my name is Stephen Story. I've been talking about independent insurance adjusting for a long time now. Okay, it's been 3 years of teaching this, but I've been in the business of insurance adjusting since 2015. So right at what's that? 8 years in. All right. So it's been a long journey for me as far as the teaching side of things, but being in the industry in general. But last week we did a how to get hired workshop, how to get hired as an independent insurance adjuster when it is a slow season. That class was about 2 hours long, and so we went deep. We did a deep dive into how you go about getting hired, right? So uh, anybody and everybody knows how to get hired when it's busy season, but how do you get hired when it's a slow season? And so we went over that. I won't be going over that today with y'all, but what I would say is that it was super informative, right? And I do have a replay on that as well. You can always go to the link in my bio and check that out. For everybody that's hopping on TikTok, we are talking about independent insurance adjusting tonight. So I want to be sure that we do some quick Q&A tonight. I'm probably gonna be on for another 20, 30 minutes. I don't think I'll be doing 30 or 40. I won't be doing an hour, 2 hours tonight, that's for sure. But I am here to answer some questions, okay? I am here to answer some questions for everybody as they are coming. So feel free to just go through and, hey, Steve, what's up with this? How's this work? And I'll be happy to answer the questions for y'all, okay? Uh, um, Thank everybody for just joining. Thank everybody for joining me. All right, let's get in here and get some questions answered about independent adjusting, right? All right. Thanks everybody for joining. It's this live. Ricky, this is live. What's up, Ricky? What's going on? We are live right now. Ricky, I ain't talked to you in a minute. What's going on? Are you deployed right now? What you got going on? Are you doing some field deployments? Let me know. What's up, everybody on TikTok? Hope all y'all are doing great. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. We are just getting started. I'm gonna be on here for about 20 or 30 minutes, just answering some questions. Okay. That's awesome, Ricky. I'm so glad that you're working now. Because you've been deployed now, what, 3 months, 4 months now? I'm assuming 3 months or 4 months since we last talked. I know you kind of got a little bit of a slow start, but it's good to see you working, especially during this time of the year. Do you have a backup plan, pivot, or strategy, or is your IA work consistent? That when so yeah, I've been in the business for 8 years. I've only been an adjuster. I don't do backup plans. All right, this career has enough in it where you can only be an adjuster. You don't have to do other things. All right, you can become consistent. You can have consistent work as an IA by doubling down on your skills, getting better at your skills. Right. If you find yourself having to like run around for jobs all the time, that's because your skills aren't there yet. So what we want to do is we want to build our skills up so we can go in and then build out our career from there. But yeah, you don't have to, if you're a good adjuster, you don't need to have a pivot strategy. You don't have to have a backup plan. All right. I find that if you run around, if you're a person that needs to have a backup plan as an independent adjuster, you're not that good. Okay. You're not that good at it. Now, I do know people who get in the business, save their money, take care of their money, and they go into another business after that. Right. But if you're in a situation where you can't get deployments and you've been in the business for some time, yeah, you need to double down on getting your skill sets up. Okay. How much do you make from independent adjusting? This is a 6-figure business. All right. So if you're doing insurance adjusting correctly, you should be getting around $100,000 or more if you're working 8, 9, 10 months out of the year. Right. Also, if you're doing field adjusting, it should be a pretty straight shot to making 6 figures if you can work consistently through the year. Now, if you're getting released all the time, if you're only working 3 or 4 months out of the year on the desk, you're not even making that much money. Okay. But on average, guy, that's what's up. Thanks so much. It's Roll Tide, guy. Ain't never go Dogs, man. I'll see y'all at the SEC championships. How much you make from adjusting? Oh no, you already said that one. So yeah, what I was saying as far as how much you make from adjusting, um, that could be anywhere from $22 an hour to $36 an hour on the desk adjusting side. On the field adjusting side, it could be anywhere from $7,000 $8,000 a month to $10,000 $15,000 a month, and even higher than that. Do you suggest daily adjusting? I believe in independent adjusting. Daily adjusting is a part of independent adjusting, so I'm definitely down with it. All right. Keep these questions coming. What are your thoughts on designations? How quickly should one pursue them? I believe you should get in and get in the business for a while, right? Independent adjusters, we are not tied down into um, we are not tied down into um, getting designations, right? Tommy, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. Yeah, we don't have to do the whole designation thing, right? That is more for staff adjusters. All right. Auto firms for the people. Auto is part of various types of deployments, right? It's not just for IA firms that just do auto deployments. Okay. Want to make that clear to everybody. Ricky, that's awesome. Junior July, you're looking at 4 or 5 months already. Um, all right, let's go look at some more. Hold on, y'all. I got a lot of questions. 1 second. Let me get out of here. Trying to respond to everybody. All right. So take my adjust exam for Georgia, December 15th. Any helpful tips in passing the exam? So here's what I would say to anybody who's trying to take any of the state exams. You need to be focused on uh, passing your quizzes, right? Your quizzes on your pre-licensing exam. If you're taking Adjuster Pro, which is what I recommend, if you're taking Adjuster Pro, what I recommend you do is you need to be making at least an 80 to 90% on each quiz that you take. Okay. All right. You need to be taking you need to be making 80 to 90% on each quiz you take. That's going to ensure that you pass the test. All right, the state licensing exam. If you're not doing this, you're going to make it much harder on yourself. It's much more difficult for you to pass your exam. Okay. You're just going up in there. If you just study your course and just go in there and take the exam, more than likely you're going to have a hard time passing. So take your quizzes several times. Okay. Take your quizzes several times, y'all. All right. So make everything much, much easier. Yeah. Also read thoroughly to understand that question. Yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. YouTube, my YouTubers over here, y'all got any questions? Because y'all ain't saying too much. TikTok, y'all got a million questions. I like it. What other questions y'all got? When starting, do you have any advice to get your skills up so you're not moving place to place? I don't know if this is true, but I've heard most don't provide training. Most do not provide training, and that is correct, right? So again, my advice is I teach a lot of this stuff in my courses, y'all. Like a lot of these skills, but I would say that you do need to get certifications. All right, so that's what I told you in the beginning of the live. You need to get certs. All right, certifications help you. Certifications help you one get hired, but they also help you do your job, right? So that's part of it. But I do have courses on how to write your file notes, how to read policy properly, how to talk to these insurers properly, right? So Yes, I am. I am. Uh, so that's my advice to you, right? So it's a I don't just teach one thing. I teach a whole lot of different things in regards to independent adjusting. Guy Phillips said, "Get this young man's info. He will hold your hand throughout the process." Exactly, y'all. Uh, I've been teaching I've taught so many people over the years that I can kind of anticipate what people need and what step they're on, right? And so, kind of get you on the right thing that y'all need to do, right? Because you know, none of the courses are expensive at all. Another thing is like you know, if you don't learn it from me, it's going to just take you much more. Uh, it's going to just take you much more time. Okay. Where do we go to purchase your course? So the God is, if you would go to the link in my bio, just click the link in my bio. It says roadmap to independent adjusting, roadmap to IA. Just click there, and that is where my main course is. Okay. All right. For those of y'all wonder like, hey, do you do claims here and do you claims there? Look, don't worry about where I do claims at. You're brand new. You need to focus on getting into business. All right. Get into business. Become an adjuster first. Focus on building out skills. Okay. Sheba, finding work right now is hard. Yes, it is hard right now. I also created, I did a workshop last weekend or last Thursday on how to find or how to get hired, how to get hired during the slow season. There was a 2 hour workshop I did last Thursday. I taught for 2 hours on that. Okay. Um, I taught for 2 straight hours on how to do that. Full workshop on that one. I did post the replay. The replay is available for my students that are on my email list. Okay, that replay is $50. Okay, but I did post that today. Okay, if you do need that, if you do need the replay, all right, it is $50. Okay, if you would shoot me a message, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link tonight. Okay. Yeah, Katone, come get inside the course. There's so much to learn. We got so much we can learn and so much to take care of, right? Because I'm answering random questions on these lives, y'all. But when I'm teaching straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing straight processes that's going to help y'all build out a career in this insurance adjusting business. Okay. So it's not just I don't just hop on here and do lives, y'all. I have a whole lot of content of me teaching over the years and still now. All right. Honestly, he could charge more for this info. We'll help with the learning. We'll help with the learning curve. Yeah, curve. Yes, I could charge more, but I want to make sure everything is accessible for everybody. Okay. If I charge a whole bunch of money for this, nobody could ever get it, right? And if nobody could ever get it, we can never get in the hands of the people who really need it, right? So I try to make this accessible for everybody so everybody can be able to grab a hold of it and use that to get in the business and do well in the business, right? If I charge $1,000, y'all wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I have 5 students, right? Um, and I won't be able to make the impact I want to have. So that's why I don't charge a ton of money for any of the stuff that I do as far as the courses are concerned, because I want to make sure that everybody gets in and one can have some tools to change their financial lives, but also some things that uh, they can use to get better in the business. Because if I charge too much, it's just going to be gatekeeping, and that's not what I want, right? That's not what I want for myself, and that's not what I want for y'all. All right. I appreciate everybody here hopping on these lives between YouTube and TikTok with me. I thank all y'all for that. Are you a desk adjuster? So one thing I want everybody to understand is we can be more than one type of adjuster. Okay. So I've done desk adjusting, I've done field adjusting, I've done remote, I've done everything in between. Right. So you don't have to just be one type of adjuster. You can become a well-rounded adjuster and do different types of claims. Right. I've done auto, I've done property, a bunch of other stuff. And as well, I've done different types. I've done remote, I've done desk, I've done field, auto and property. So it's a big world of insurance, Justin. We don't have to just do one thing. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, y'all. Questions, comments, concerns. What is going on? I want to be sure we can get some questions answered. Thank all y'all for joining. Uh, it's crazy when I'm talking to people on live. Like some of y'all are kind of like rolling in and rolling out. So I don't know who all is kind of watching and what are they getting in the time y'all are talking to me, because some people only here for like a minute, right? So they might not get everything if I'm not repeating the exact same thing over and over again. All right. But if you are watching, we're talking about independent insurance adjusting. It is a six-figure insurance. It's a six-figure industry. All right. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to start some big business and spend a whole bunch of money. And you can get started and get into this business and do well in it. It's not super quick, but it's not forever either. And it's not impossible. Okay. I appreciate everybody that's hopping in here. Appreciate everybody that's joining and asking questions. Okay. Because it makes everybody better when we all can hear a bunch of questions, because some people have questions you might want to say, but you might have forgot to say, or they have a bit more different experience than you. Right. So that's what we got going on right now. And I'm taking in questions that I'm getting written in. Right. I'm over here trying to get as much insight as possible. Hey, look, the best way to get more insight, y'all, is if you are asking questions. Okay. My assignment just ended. I'm trying not to stress. I gotta find something. Oh, so you Shay. All right, yeah. So that's normal. Okay. Getting released is a normal thing. It happens to all adjusters, right? So for you, that's where we gotta lean on our network as adjusters. I don't know if you work remote or not. Um, I don't know if you work remote or not, but if you didn't work remote, I'll be talking to my other adjusters. I'll be talking to my IA management. All right. So whoever your management was at the IA firm, carrier manager, I'll be talking to everybody I got into contact with about that deployment. How do you feel about going staff for a year before doing IA? Never in a million years will I do anything like that. Right. There is no point in being staff adjuster for a year before doing IA if your goal is to be an IA. Right. Independent adjusters and staff adjusters, we do the same thing, but staff adjusters make $40,000, $50,000 a year, and independent adjusters make 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, $130,000 a year, right? Uh, I do not see the reasoning behind it, especially like when you're gonna make so much more money on the IA side. Are there any active deployments right now for desks? Yes, of course. There's always deployments. All right. There are always deployments going on, okay? Because there's a bunch of independent adjusters all around the country, and we have a bunch of different insurance carriers. There's over 5,200 insurance carriers in the United States, right? And so if there's one that's deploying people like you right now, that's the difference. That's where we have a disconnect, right? But I know a lot of IAs that are currently working. Ricky's working, my mom's working. I know a whole bunch of people working, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are trying to pick people up today, all right, or that they are hiring another 30 or 40 people right now. In learning line items, something that comes is learning line items something that comes with time? Yeah, of course. But learning line items, that's just reviewing Exactament. All right. If you can review Exactament, you just review Exactament regularly, you'll learn that. Okay. I'm hoping that once my fingerprints are processed for New York, I'll be able to get my first deployment. All right. So hope is not a plan. Okay. You got a plan to get a deployment. Where can rope and harness training? Where can rope and harness training be obtained? If you plan on going field and you plan on being on a steep roof, you plan on doing steep roof inspections, you will need a rope and harness certification. Um, I got mine through a small company in Lithonia, Georgia, but these IA firms, they talk about it all the time. They email about rope and harness certifications. You can always call these IA firms; they'll tell you about it. Also, let's see if you can search rope and harness certification. Rope and harness certification. Let's just see. All right. If you type in rope and harness certification or rope and harness training in Google, you will also find some examples there. Is there somewhere we can find a list of line items for common repairs? It's all inside Exactament. Okay. Also, if you go to YouTube, Minutes with Milo, if you go to YouTube, there is a lot, I repeat, a lot of different examples for you regarding Exactament. Okay. Yeah. So Shay's gonna help out on that one. Shay's gonna send that to him. Appreciate that. That's great. That's good. Good for y'all working together. Exactament on YouTube is free, y'all. There's a guy named Hector on here. I'm gonna show y'all him real quick for my people here on TikTok, and then I'm gonna share this for my people on what's the word I'm looking for? Oops. Let me switch real quick. All right, y'all. Look, this guy right here, Hector Mendoza. This is a great person to learn Exactament with. Okay, great person. Make sure. All right, y'all can see all this. Hector Mendoza. Go to his page. He explains a ton of stuff about Exactament right through here. Okay, so y'all can have a look at him another time. We're not gonna get into his page right now, but great option for all of you. What tips do you have for trying to market your skills for a new adjuster to an IA firm? Look, inside the roadmap to becoming an independent insurance adjuster, I have 15 questions to ask IA firms. All right. That is one of the things that I teach, right? How to talk to these IA firms. 15 questions. So it's going to give you 15 different data points to get from these IA firms. I also have a resume mini course where we go over how to set your resume up. Okay. That's also inside the roadmap to become an independent insurance adjuster. Also, everybody, I did a workshop last week, how to get hired during the slow season. All right, I'll advertise for a week. It's in my bio on TikTok right now. But what I did was I did a 2-hour long session where we only talked about resumes. I did full resume critiques for everybody that was inside that workshop. I did a call afterwards, and we went over 4 different areas that help set us apart from everybody else. Okay, this is stuff I have not taught anywhere else, and it is not any generic information or anything like that. All right, but that is inside of how to get hired as an independent adjuster during a slow season. All right. Feel free to keep asking these questions away, guys. The more questions y'all ask, the more information y'all get, okay? Thanks everybody for hopping in. Hector is very detailed. Yes, he is. I watched some of his videos before. Yes, Hector is awesome. Yes, Hector's awesome. That's why I recommend him so much to everybody. It's a great way for y'all to get into to learn a lot about Exactman without having to go spend a whole lot of money. All right. Do you have any suggestions on learning construction materials? Inspectopedia.com is what I suggest. Inspectopedia.com. Inspectopedia.com is a great place for you all to learn more about construction materials. Let's pull it up. Pull it up for y'all. Inspectopedia.com. And it's not necessarily about just building materials. It's more so about what happens to building materials when they get damaged. All right. Oops. Let's close that. Let me get my YouTubers on here. Add the stage. Oops. Here we go. Boom. They're right there. Inspectopedia.com. For those of y'all who are watching on TikTok, here you go right here. And then my YouTubers, Inspectopedia.com. Y'all can have a look at that. Boom. Let's get y'all back over here. I think Inspectopedia.com is amazing, by the way. It's a great way to practice your eye for the damages that we see in this business, right? You are welcome. What else we got here? Yvette, what's happening? Yvette, what is going on? We got more people on YouTube watching than TikTok. This is crazy. That usually doesn't happen. I usually get more people on TikTok. But I appreciate everybody that's coming in, asking questions. All right, my bad. I'm trying to get a little bass on my phone set up. Want to answer as many questions as I can for everybody. But I will say to everybody, listen, I have a lot of quizzes. I have a lot of courses, but I'm answering questions for everybody. But if you want a lot more detailed stuff, y'all, if you're starting your journey as an independent adjuster, I highly recommend y'all go into the roadmap to become an independent adjuster. Also, for those of y'all who don't know anything about the business, it's your first time hearing about it tonight or yesterday or whatever, go get my FAQs. Okay, my free FAQs. It's 27 the most frequently asked questions about independent adjusting. So I'm gonna give you a ton of information. It's a lot of questions that you may not even know to ask that I have written out and I've written answers to as well. Okay, it's free to get. Okay, go ahead and get there. Also, y'all, wherever y'all watch me at, whether it's YouTube or TikTok, I have a lot of information on both of those. So you can go through and review these videos as well, and you can get a lot of information there too. Okay. Thank you all for hopping in here and joining me. Okay. I'm soon to take the test, man. I just got test anxiety. Ain't no reason to be anxious about it. Okay, no reason to be anxious about the test. All you gotta do is study, do all your quizzes, make over 80 on each quiz, and you're gonna be fine. All right, this is the first step of many steps that you got to take to become an adjuster. All right, what do you recommend to a person that's trying to get a home state license in California and doesn't have 200 hours of experience? Shiante. All right, so for those California people, you got to do things a little bit differently. All right, Yvette says you need to get a designated home state license in Texas or Florida. Yeah, that's it. That's what you got to do. You can't get a home state license. You can't get a home state license in California uh, if you don't have those 200 hours of experience. And so that means you got to push it. You got to push over to Texas or Florida, get that license, and then go through the licensing process of getting other licenses in other states. All right. If you do that, you'll be fine. All right. Thank you for the lightning bolt. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody hopping in here. We've been in here about 45 minutes. Oh, about 40 minutes so far. Yes, Yvette, I did teach you that. I did teach you that. I'm glad you said it. Would you happen to have any adjuster connects in North Carolina? All right. So here's the thing. I have connects all around the country. Okay. But that doesn't mean it's going to help you. Okay. My connections don't necessarily help you because I don't know how many licenses you have. I don't know what certifications you have. I don't know how your work product is, right? I don't know, I don't know those things, right? And then also I have a whole line of students that I help out with these things, right? So I would suggest getting in there, get in the roadmap course, get inside the group. I have a private group, by the way, everybody. Everybody that doesn't know that, it's a group with over 1,600 people in it. A lot of adjusters in there, and a lot of people get jobs straight out of that group, right? And so, yeah. How long did it take you to complete, if you don't mind me asking? I'm assuming he's talking about the Adjuster Pro. For those of y'all who are getting y'all's licenses, Adjuster Pro or where you want to get your license from, it's going to take you about 30 to 45 days on the slower side to get past your adjuster pre-licensing course and exam if you're studying daily. All right. If you're a person that is a bit faster, or if you take an in-person class, you get this done much faster. For people that live in Texas, there's a bunch of different schools out there, and I've seen people go to those schools and get in and out with a past state license over a weekend. They'll do a 40-hour course in person, and they can pass that in a 3 or 4 day period, maybe in a week period. All right. A little chair falling apart. I feel like this is something I need. Y'all don't laugh if I fall out of this chair if it break here in a bit. Okay. Let's see what my YouTubers got to say. Thank you. Appreciate everybody hopping in here. Thanks everybody for hopping in here. Thanks everybody for hopping in here. Thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate everybody hopping in. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, y'all. Okay, questions, comments, or concerns, y'all feel free to get in here and ask away. All right. Um, I was tired today. I'm being real with y'all. I was like, man, I don't want to do this loud tonight. I'm so sleepy. All right. Like I took a nap. I was like, yo, I'm taking a nap. I woke up at like 9:30. I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And then I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. I can sleep another time. Let's go here and see if we can help some people out today. So it's always good to talk to y'all. It's always good to get in here and see what y'all got going on and see y'all's progress. Because for some of y'all, I'm seeing y'all live 2 or 3 times in a week. Some of y'all I'm seeing once a week. And so to see y'all go from not knowing anything about the business to like learning more, getting a guide, FAQ guide, or you get in the course and then you get Adjuster Pro, or you pass your licenses. All these things make me happy, because I know what happens next, right? If we keep following these paths, I see what happens next. And um, I think that we see a lot of progress. All right. So on the mentorship side of things, Yvette, what you're going to see, first thing you're going to expect is you get access to all the courses. Okay. You're going to get access to every course that I've created. Also, you're going to have access to me one-on-one. All right. So all my mentees schedule calls with me. All right. So like I'm doing this live right now, you should expect to be able to talk to me. All right. So I'm usually available for all of my mentees anytime. All they got to do is shoot me a text. Hey, Steve, what's up? Can we talk about something? Hey, I got a question about this or that or that or that. And we go right into helping. Also, I play a role in getting everybody hired. That's my mentees, right? So I'm there with you every step of the way on the hiring process as well, as far as looking over your resume, helping you with interview questions, all those types of things. I'm actually looking for deployments for you as well, right? So uh, I play a much bigger role in helping you get hired. And then also, we're teaching. I'm teaching a lot. So we do like right now for everybody, what we're doing now is a Q&A. I don't do Q&As from my mentorships. We go and do classes. So it's a weekly class where I'm teaching only on one thing every week for 3 months straight, right? And so all those things go together into the mentorship program, and we've gotten a lot of success from my adjusters that have went through the mentee program. Okay, so um, all right. More questions, comments, and concerns. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Thank y'all for just now joining. If you are just now joining, we are talking about independent insurance. Justin, Yvette, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that's sharing these lives, right? This is a relationship-based business, right? So if other people can't see what's going on, right, how can they learn about independent adjusting? It's not just about you. We all have to do our part in sharing this business to other people. That's how we get in it, right? It's not a bunch of insurance adjusters just walking around like, hey, come on, this is how I got into business. It's rare for you to see that in whatever city or state that you live in. And so we have to use the internet to get the word out about it, right? Because until they change how everything works, I'm gonna keep talking about this as much as possible, right? I talk about this every single day, and I've been talking about it every single day for going on 3 years now, right? So I'm trying to get as many people in this business as possible because I know it's a business that can really help a lot of people. It's not just those of us who are getting hired, but it also helps people who we're gonna be helping, right? Which is the insured. All right. People who need people's help, people that care about them, and people that are competent. So I'm trying to aid in that. Thank everybody for hopping in here. Appreciate everybody hopping in. Let me check my YouTubers out. Let me see. If y'all got questions about independent insurance adjustment, let me know. Let me know. All right. Please let me know, y'all, because I want to make sure we keep answering as many questions as possible. Is it best to start with auto adjusting to better your chances of getting hired for property if you are new with no experience? Thank you for answering that question, mademoiselle. Long time no see. Talked to you last week. So what I would say is we want to be open for everything. If you're a new adjuster, you need to be open for everything. It's not about going auto or property. You, as a new adjuster, you don't know which deployment is coming next for you, right? So some people start out in auto, some people start out in property. Neither is better or worse for those with new or no experience. Okay. If you're new with no experience, you need to be open to what can come to you. All right. Some people might start out in warranty claims. Some people might start out in PIP, auto PIP, right? Hail claims. It's not just one or the other. All right. Be open to either one. All right. You're gonna be new with this auto. You're gonna be new with this property. All right. It doesn't better or worsen your chances to go one way or the other. All right. Questions, comments, or concerns, y'all. We're gonna be wrapping up here in a bit, okay? So let's get these last couple questions in here. All right, y'all. All right. If y'all don't have any more questions, everybody, I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay. I do appreciate everybody hopping on here. I don't see any new questions coming in. All right. From my TikTok people or from my YouTube people. So I am going to finish this up, guys. I appreciate everybody hopping on here. Talk about independent insurance adjusting tonight. If you got any questions, y'all feel free to shoot me a message, text me, call me. Call me, no, don't call me. You can always DM me. You can always email me. Click the link in the bio. You get that free FAQ guide. All right. It's easy for y'all to get that one right. If you're ready to get started, go get the roadmap to become an independent insurance adjuster. Great course, over 155-star ratings. And I think it'd be great for you. All right. Guys, hope you have a great night. And I'll talk to y'all soon.